Hi guys. Today we're going to look at central and inscribed angles. So just a reminder, a central angle is this angle here that's in the center of the circle. So central angle's in the center of the circle. Then an inscribed angle, the vertex of the angle is actually on the circle. So central angle is in the center, inscribed angle is on the circle. Okay, so we have a central angle theorem. It's a measure of a central angle is the same measure of the arc it contains. So if we go back up here to the top, if this right here is 100 degrees, then this arc out here is 100 degrees. So the central angle is the same as the arc around the outside. Okay, an inscribed angle is the measure of an inscribed angle as half of the arc or central angle it contains. So if this is 100 degrees, the inscribed angle, this guy over here, this is going to be half of that. So that one is 50. Okay, so let's look at an example or two. Okay, so this question right here, this question mark, that is a central angle. So you have to remember, central angle is the same, central is the same as the arc angle. So this question mark is going to equal 120. This thing over here means absolutely nothing to us. We don't care about that. Okay, if we go over to number 10, if this is 123 degrees, so our central angle is 123, then what's this one going to be? So remember, central is the same as the arc length or arc measure. So this is 123 degrees as well. All right, moving on. Okay, so then we get into ones that are a little more tricky. So this wants us to find the measure of CFD. So this is talking when you have this thing up on the top like this, that's a measure, or that's an arc. So here's F, and here's D. So we have to go in that order, C, F, D, and we are trying to find that arc measure. Okay, so this one is got a little bit more to it. So let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Okay, so let's start with, let's start here. Okay, this right here is a diameter. How many degrees are in a circle? Well, there's 360. So if there's 360 degrees in a circle, how many are going to be in a half circle? It's 180 degrees in half of a circle. So that means this is going to be 180 degrees. If this is 135, this one right here is going to be 180 minus 135, which is 45. So this one is 45. Okay, then you get to go back to integrated 3A, and we talk about vertical angles. Well, if this one's 45, this one is also going to be 45. So then if this is 45, this guy out here is 45. If this is 135, then this one is going to be 135. If this is 45, this is 45. And if this is 81, this is 81. And that's what we're trying to find. So we're going to take 81 plus 135 plus 45 plus, oops, not 44. 45 plus 45. And then you can go ahead and put that in your calculator and find that one. Okay, so let's move over to this one. Okay, this one. So we already talked how many degrees are in a circle. Well, let's see what we're trying to find first, actually. So we're trying to find SPQ. So here's S, here's Why is there no P? That's crazy. Oh, stupid. Okay. Here's P. We're trying to find an angle, not an arc length. So SPQ. So we want to find this angle right here. Okay, so we have to start with how many degrees are in a circle. Well, there's 360, so we have 360. If we subtract 60 and we subtract 154, so minus 154 and minus 60, that gives you 300, 200, 146. Okay, so that means what we have left. So this side over here has to equal 146. And this outside, this arc measure is the same as the central angle. So your answer is 146 degrees. All right, moving on. Okay, so now we are trying to find the arc length EFC. So here's E, here's F, here's C. So we're going around this way. Okay, so let's see. So same thing. So we have a diameter here. So that means that this side has to be 180 degrees. So if this whole thing is 180 degrees, then this angle right here is going to be 180 minus 126. So that would be 54. And if this one's 54, then let's see. If this is 54, then this is 54 because of vertical angles. So you will take 126 plus 54 plus 54 and add those together. Okay, so I am going to skip that one. And we're going to go on to these ones. Okay, so these are inscribed angles, not central angles. So the first thing you have to remember, this is half of this. So if this is 80, the question mark is going to be 80 divided by 2, which is 40. Okay, so now if we move over to this one. Okay, so this one is the exact same thing as number 5, but they have this line in there, which you don't actually need. So I always like to draw these out like this. So here are the two lines that make up this thing. So if this is 42, remember, inscribed is half of what's out here. So that means it's going to be 42 times 2, which is 84. All right, moving on. Some of these I think are a little bit too hard for what we are doing. So I think, let's see, I'm going to skip number 7. We're going to do number 8. All right, so number 8. So we have a triangle. How many degrees are in a triangle? Well, there's 180. So if there's 180 degrees in a triangle, to figure out this one, we can take 180 minus 70, which is 110. So minus 70. And then minus 49. 110 minus 49 is, what is that? I'd say someone help, but I don't think you guys can respond to me when I am making a video, so that's no good. Okay, so what did I say? Okay, so 180 minus 70 minus 49 gives you 61. So that equals 61. So this guy's 61. So when you're doing these, so you're trying to find the question mark. So I will usually draw in a squiggle line where that question mark is, and then draw out which lines are creating that arc. So it's going to be these two. So that means this is your inscribed angle, which is 61. Okay, so this 61 is half of what's out here. So 61 times 2 is 122. Okay, and I believe this is our last one. All right, last one. Okay, so this one, we see that this is 95. So if you draw these lines out, if this was 95, this squiggly part is going to be 95 times 2, which is 190. And then how many degrees are in a circle? Well, there's 360. So 360 minus 190 minus 75 will give us the question mark, which is left. And that you can put into your calculator and find your answer. Okay, if you have any questions, please email me, and I will get back to you very quickly. But that is all I got.